Coaches Show with the UW-Whitewater Quarterback Club here at Salamoni's in Fort Atkinson. Coming up next week at the Coaches Show will be at the Second Salem Brewing Company next Thursday night. That will be in Whitewater. That will be followed by the 841 Brew Pub and Sports Bar in Whitewater. That'll be 2 weeks from tonight. And then on Tuesday, yes, that's a Tuesday night, we'll be at Sax's in Whitewater. That's a Tuesday night because I just was informed earlier tonight we'll be on the road on that Thursday night, actually on that Wednesday night we'll be heading down to Sioux City, Iowa. This year the Warhawk Quarterbacks Club and KOOL 106.5 Coaches Show have teamed up to bring you all the pregame excitement and information before the upcoming Warhawk football game, which is still a few days away. Tune in to get Coach Bullis' preview of the season and the team captain's thoughts. It's a great opportunity to talk Warhawk football with the other fans and be a part of the season this year. And if you would like to be a part of the Warhawk Quarterback Club, tonight we're broadcasting live here at Salamoni's, and all members of the Quarterback Club are all here, and they will be more than happy to help you out if you'd like to become a part of everything here. As we continue on this evening, we welcome Joe Worth to the program. Joe, thank you for joining us here tonight.
Thank you for having me.
And Joe, of course, one of the senior captains, wide receiver, and Joe, you've had kind of well, not really an up-and-down career because you've been injured a little bit a couple of times, but you really fought back, and I know last year was, I'm sure you had to feel very good about how the season played out for you last year personally.
Yeah, definitely. Sophomore year, first round of playoffs, I tore my ACL, so I had to sit out our first national championship that I was a part of here, and coming back, it was tough. I had maybe a month and a half, 2 months to get ready for the season once I started actually running. So I really pushed it that season, and coming last year and catch 47 balls, it's a big accomplishment.
Absolutely.
How much did that group of receivers you played with last year kind of help you stay motivated to get back on the field? Obviously a lot of talent there, but do they push you to kind of get healthy again and get back out to the normal routine there?
Yeah, they pushed me. I'm all good friends with all those guys, and just seeing them out there running around, work out and stuff, it kind of had a burning desire in my heart. I was like, I got to get out there. I got to be with them, be with my boys, the rest of the team, all my friends. I was like, I can't sit out, So I just grinded, had to get out there with them, and then that quick turnaround coming back, it was tough, but I think playing with the boys is the best part about coming back.
Playing with the boys, you were playing without one of the boys for a good portion of the season last year when Jake Kumaro went down, and I thought the wide receiver group collectively really did a great job. Of course, Justin Howard and a couple of the younger freshmen who stepped up along with you really shouldered the load, especially down the stretch towards the second half of the regular season.
Yeah, I think a lot of people always get worried about our receivers, especially when Kumaro went down. We have tons of good receivers that play for Whitewater. Some of them that don't play could even start on other teams in the WIAC. So it's always the next man up. Everyone's got to be ready. Everyone's out there working hard, and we have a lot of talent.
Well, with Jake Kumaro and Justin Howard being finished with their eligibility and moving on to other things, you kind of become the leader of that group. Have you relished that role of being the veteran guy that others can look up to?
Yeah, I really embrace it, and I think the most important thing is getting those young guys to where they need to be and showing them how we do it here at Whitewater and the work ethic you need and how the tempo you need to go at in practice, because receivers, we run a lot. So, and we're going to be hurting. We got to take care of our bodies in the training room as well. So I, just dropping some knowledge on those kids and just getting them to where the older guys are at, and technique-wise and all that stuff.
To kind of follow up on that, Joe, one of the things that's kind of the Whitewater way, if you will, is paying your dues on special teams. I remember when you first came up, you had some time on special teams and everything, and being a part of that and earning your way into that starting rotation and onto the depth chart and everything.
It's all part of the process. Special teams come in, and you're not going to make an impact on offense or defense. You got to make an impact on special teams, because a lot of guys that are starting on offensive defense are getting a lot of reps. So it's hard for them to do special teams as well. So whether it's offense, defense, special teams, you just got to give it all you got.
As far as some of those guys who maybe waited their turn on the depth chart and are moving up now, are there any guys that maybe might be new names to folks out at Perkins Stadium watching games this year that you expect to play well at the wide receiver position?
Yeah, Marcus Hudson, he's he's played in a couple games last season, and he's done pretty well. And he's going to make a big push this season for the number 2 spot, as well as Evan Corbella. He was a freshman last year, so he didn't see much action, but he's very athletic, very gifted athlete. And we also have Colton Hergich, who's played a lot. Connor Simpson, he's a new transfer. We just got a good group of guys that are, chomping at the bit, ready to play some football.
I had asked you this question, Joe, at the media day a couple of weeks ago, is that you had been a slot receiver for the most part last season, but one of the things that I think Whitewater does so well, especially with their wide receivers, is that you guys can pretty much play any position out there as a wide receiver, right?
Yep.
And do you have a particular favorite position, or is there one area that they're trying to maybe work you at a little bit more this year, or are you still working on all the different positions out there?
I think my favorite position is just being on the field. I don't care if I'm in the slot or the outside. My sophomore year as well, they lined me up at tight end. So as long as you're on the field, I have no preference at all.
How'd you like that tight end business?
It's different. You gotta be physical down there, but they put me in that spot to help the team, and that's all that matters.
Okay.
Well, what challenges come with knowing the different positions on the field and the routes that come with those?
It's just all our offensive schemes for the receivers is all conceptual, or we tag the receiver, tell them what to do. So I don't think it's very difficult to learn. Coming as a freshman, maybe it is, because it's a lot different from high school playbook, but from day one, everyone just needs to know everything. Backside, front side, what you got to do, blocking. I think blocking might be the most difficult, trying to dig out that safety on the backside of an outside zone and something like that.
When you were named one of the 4 captains, what did that mean to you this season?
It meant a lot to me. It just showed that a lot of people respect my work ethic and look to me as a leader. And we got a real good group of guys. And like Coach said earlier, we have a lot of seniors that couldn't be captains too. So it's an honor to be part of Warhawk history in that way. And I'm just looking forward to help lead the boys to another championship in the WIAC and hopefully beyond.
Well, every talented group of wide receivers needs someone to throw the ball to them. We've used the Matt Barrett for the last several seasons, but now he's moved on. What can you tell us about Chris Nelson?
Chris, my roommate, said that earlier in the interview that I had with you guys the other week. I think he's very talented. He's he takes chances. They're good chances, and he's just got a strong head on him. I think that with his athletic ability and his strong arm, that we're going to do a lot of great things with Chris. And I'm excited for that. And I'm excited for him too.
Well, Matt Barron and Jake Cool were over roommates, right?
Yep.
Hoping for the same kind of connection there?
Yep, sure hope so.
Let's talk a little bit about what your future after football looks like. I think you mentioned you were majoring in finance, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. Are we planning on doing people's taxes when we get done, or
No.
looking for something bigger and better than that?
Yeah, actually, I like finance. I'm good with numbers. I'm more looking to be an athletic director, so I'm going to go to grad school for sports administration. And Whitewater actually just got a program for that, so I'm looking into that. I'm looking into a couple other schools. I've been around sports my entire life, and that's what drives me, and that's what's interesting to me. So I want to stay around that.
Okay. When you were going through high school, play other sports besides football?
I did. I ran track. I was a hurdler, and then I played basketball.
All right. So very well-rounded coming in.
Yeah, you can say that.
Well, that is great. You had a chance now to go through spring camp and got through the inter-squad scrimmage a couple of weeks ago and so on and so forth. As Kevin mentioned, I'm sure to a man you guys are just ready to, and it's been an extra, and we'll talk about this later in the show, with having technically the bye the first weekend of the season and starting so late. Guys getting antsy in the locker room right now, getting out on the practice field and so on and so forth?
Yeah, we're real antsy. We can't wait to play another team. We've been, going at each other's necks. Not what I'm saying, but,
Sure.
Yeah, we've been getting after each other, and we're really excited to play another team.
That's great. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, but there were some positives from starting the season a little bit later, maybe getting a little more organized or just a couple extra reps with your own team before going out and facing an opponent. Do you see any benefits to this?
I do, especially with a new quarterback. I think that it's good for him. We get to focus on ourselves before we worry about our team. We get that extra week to do that, and I think that it's very beneficial. And it's difficult because a lot of teams don't. It's hard for us to find that extra non-conference game. So being the first week, we're just going to take advantage of it and make the best of it. And when we play Belhaven, we're going to get after it.
All right, well, we'll get used to the weather we're having right now. We'll make it very comfortable in Mississippi, I'm sure, for when we get down there in 10 days or so. Before we let you go, Joe, as we mentioned, you're one of 4 captains that were picked this year for the Warhawks. Can you give me a little little thumbnail sketch on Zach and Connor and Ryan?
Yeah, Ryan's been around a long time. 2012 was our down year. He redshirted that year, so he's been part of all the successes that Whitewater's had the past 4 years. He's a real good player. He can hit hard. I hate blocking him because he always roasts me up a little bit. But yeah, he's an excellent safety. And then Connor, he's a beast down in the trenches. He knows what he's doing, and he's a great leader too, leading those rest of the offensive linemen. And Zach, he's relentless. Love the way he fights down there in the trenches against our offensive line, and he gets after it. And I'm excited for all of us this season.
That's terrific. Anything else, Josh?
Just good luck to you as the season progresses here.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you, Joe, for joining us, and hopefully they'll get you food out here.
I hope so.
All right. Thank you very much, Joe, for joining us.
Thank you.
All right. Joe Wirth, one of the 4 captains for the Warhawks this year. Our coaches show and the quarterback club from Salamoni's in Fort Atkinson. We'll take a break, and our program will continue with a special guest coming up next here on KOOL 106.5.